doesn't lie. The ball is the circle. The circle is infinite. The infinite is lies. Our life is a lie. One letter off. What does it mean to believe? What does it mean to live? What word is in the middle of believe? As you tumble, are you humble? Do you know it all? Can you admit that you don't? Do you care to know? Do you care to grow? Do you want to know what's below? No, no, no. Are you of this world or of this world? Are you the pearl or the swine? Be defined and don't whine, just shine.
Welcome back, ballers, to a late night episode of Knowledge Pays, episode 8 on the Ball Don't Lie channel. Anybody that is participating or watching currently, if I can get a thumbs up in the chat, I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me okay. Otherwise, I will get started. This should be a short stream. We are going to focus on us sweeping the board tonight on my Patreon and Winnable pages. Very excited for all of the subscribers who sent me their winning tickets. Going for a bunch of underdogs tonight, rather. And this stream, once again, this whole series is dedicated to those that are interested in learning more about how you can approach and apply gematria, date numerology, symbolism, etc., to the world of sports to try to get ahead of the game. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into 3 different games that I put out. These were the only 3 games that were listed today on both Winnable and Patreon. And you know what? I don't have it in the right order, I guess, as far as when the game started. But that's okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Giants versus the New York Mets. Okay. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, I'll be the first to admit, I didn't even catch wind of this until late last night or early this morning about how big today was in relation to the number 666 and the Church of Satan. And I say that because there's a lot on the slide here, but if you guys can follow along, what I explain is Anton LaVey is the original founder of the Church of Satan. And he was born in Chicago. We're going to touch on another Chicago team in a little bit. But he was born on April 11th, 1930. And what's very interesting about tonight's games, as I'm streaming and all the games are closing, is that tonight's games were played exactly 4,973 weeks on the nose after Anton LaVey's birthday. Not a day to spare. And that matters because 4,973 is the 666th prime number. Okay? So when we talk about symbolism, not even the symbolism really, it's more of the teams that are playing each other and the cities that are playing each other. Notice that it's San Francisco versus New York. And I don't think I mentioned this yet, but Anton LaVey founded the Church of Satan in San Francisco. Was this particular game played in San Francisco? No, it wasn't, but it's still very relevant with what I just mentioned about tonight's games being exactly 4,973 weeks on the nose after Anton LaVey's date of birth, back to 1930. Okay. That's a 666 prime. And for those that are familiar with the Church of Satan, or anybody that's familiar with Satan in the Bible and 666, I mean, they're like peanut butter and jelly, right? And of course, they're playing New York too, right? You see that? They're playing New York City. Well, New York equals 666 in the Sumerian cipher, as you guys can see down below. So right off the bat, you know that there's some sort of 666 ritual going on here. And in the base cipher of Gematria, English ordinal, Satan equals 55. Think about what Marilyn Manson's song called Say Tan, right? And Satan also equals 10. And I didn't even put this in the notes, but notice that with the win, the Giants stayed on 29 away losses. Well, that's the 10th prime. And they improved to 55 and 55 on the season, exactly 4,973 weeks after the birthday of the founder of the Church of Satan, which was founded in San Francisco. You guys see what I'm talking about? So all of these images here are essentially direct screenshots of what I, put out to my subscribers before first pitch, before game time, every time. And we had quite a night tonight. So this is just showing the final result, right? San Francisco did improve to 55 and 55. They stayed on that 29th away win against New York, which equals 666, right? And games like this, I mean, just look at the records alone. The Mets are technically a better team. And pretty much anytime, as they have kind of conditioned us, the away team should typically not be the favorite, right? And they weren't in this game either. So my point is that there was value on the Giants no matter what, because they have a worse record and they're on the road. But once again, you roll it back up to this information that we talked about. I don't know a single player on any of these teams, because it doesn't matter when you know this shit, So on to the next one. We're now going to talk about the Chicago team that I looked into. The Cubs game was a little too early for me. But like I mentioned, Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, he was born in Chicago. So with what we've already talked about with Anton LaVey and the 666 connections, notice that tonight's game was also being played a span of 216 days before Chicago's founding date. That matters because 216 is the byproduct of 6 times 6 times 6. Okay. And once again, we're rolling it right back up to Anton LaVey, where this game was also played exactly 4,973 weeks on the nose after his birthday, the founder, which is the 666 prime, right? And for some of the more basic stuff, I mean, just notice that with a win versus LA, big 41 number, right? In Los Angeles, CA, which equals 41 in Pythagorean, the White Sox would have picked up that 41st win, and they did, right? They would also stay on 37 away losses. Interesting, because Los Angeles and Chicago both equal 37 as well, right? So sure enough, the White Sox took an early lead, held on to it until the final out. And in closing, this was my favorite one, you guys. The Colorado Rockies hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates on 8-1. What I pointed out to the subscribers, I shared with everybody, hey, first of all, notice that today is Colorado's founding date, 8/1. So we'll start there. The game is in Colorado on 8/1. But for me, what stood out the most was the 38s, right? Colorado and 38 are once again like peanut butter and jelly because Colorado is the 38th state. Bring that to the front. Look, Colorado is the 38th state in order of statehood. And Colorado equals 38 in Pythagorean. Of course it does. So really all I pointed out here was today is the founding date of the state of Colorado. The game is in the state of Colorado, which equals 38, and it's the 38th state. The Colorado team can stay on 38 home losses with a win, and they can give the Pirates their 38th away loss. Now, the reason why this was my favorite, you guys, was because, well, I also pointed out here too. Notice that the Rockies could stay on 80 losses on the season. And that matters because Rockies equals 80. So that was the other slide, I guess, that I did not include in here. Because the bigger thing for me was the 38s. But Rockies equals 80. And the Rockies stayed on 80 losses with the win. They also stayed on that 38th home loss, right? But look how this game played out, you guys. Look at this. They went down 9-1 in the very first inning. So most people would think they're, dead in the water at that point. Game's already over, even though there's 8 more innings to go. And hopefully this is a good example, you guys, to just show that it ain't over until the fat lady sings. I mean, I've seen teams score 10 plus runs and 3 outs left in the game, But notice that Pittsburgh was up 9-1. Then you get into the 5th and 6th inning and the 7th. Pitt's still up 16-10. I mean, talk about a high-scoring game. They're still down 6 runs. Going into the 7th, no score. Going into the 8th, right? 16-12. And then in the bottom of the 9th, Colorado rattles off 5 runs to win the game. Okay. What you guys got to understand is when it comes to the world of sports betting, if you guys really liked these notes and really liked this team to win, which I did, hence why I put it out, right? If you guys really like the narrative and they go down this early, this big, knowing that there's a lot of baseball to be played, you got to go in and live bet, because I could tell you right now, after that first inning, even the second, even the third, I mean, pretty much the entire game at that point, Colorado was already an underdog at home because they're not very good. When they were down 9-1, I don't even know exactly what the payout or the value was for Colorado to win the game, but it had to be plus 2,000 or more. I mean, you guys would more than multiply your money, just even putting a small bet down early on, right? Let's say you put $50 down on Colorado. They're down 9-1. Oh, crap. Not looking good. It's still not looking good. Even throwing in a couple bucks on a live bet when their value is so high because they're so not expected to win, that's really where I see most of my subscribers really make their money, because people get so caught up in the weeds about how the game is being played out. Oh, Pitt's up 9-1. Oh, they're up 9-4. They're up 16-10. I mean, Pitt has it in the bag, right? Well, nope, not until the fat lady sings. So, sure enough, unbelievable. I mean, they were down 6 runs going into the last 2 innings of the game. Crazy. And they rattled off 7 runs to get that 1-run win with a miraculous comeback win, down 9-0 in the first. So I always try to keep these streams short and sweet, to the point. But I will say congratulations to all of the money ballers and the winnable ballers out there as well that took advantage of this particular game, but also the Giants and the Mets, Angels, Sox. We swept the board tonight, 6 for 6, which I think is kind of interesting considering that number of the beast equals 66. The number of the beast equals 81. Tonight's game was on 8-1. I could go on for days. But anyways, you guys, I will close out by saying hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. Hopefully you guys learned something along the way. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe and the share wherever you see fit. I always appreciate it. I do this for you guys so you guys can get a better understanding of about how I look at the world of sports when it comes to trying to strategically place your bets. And as a disclaimer, this video, this live is not to condone or promote sports betting, but it is dedicated to those that are interested in the other content that I do on my Winnable and Patreon pages. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. And make sure to take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys again very soon. Until next time, peace.